Tonight, you're going to meet the Hoosier who sung backup for Beyonce during last Sunday's Oscars. Really cool story from Anne Marie Tiernan coming up tonight here at 10 o'clock. Felicia, it's been all about storms tonight, hasn't it?
It has, and you had me at Hoosier and Beyonce. Those are two things we love. We also love a good Angela. Angela's here giving us a weather update. And we really need you right now because there have been some severe weather that's been pushing through our area.
Yes, especially across the southern part of the state. About I-70 South went under a severe thunderstorm watch a couple of hours ago, but the good news, National Weather Service out of Indianapolis dropped our counties already. Really, the oomph with this storm system is south. Into parts of Louisiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Alabama. We were kind of on the edge of this storm system to begin with, but we were keeping you weather aware with the threat for some damaging winds and maybe a tornado. We had a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in the southwestern corner of the state, but as I mentioned, that severe thunderstorm watch that had been issued, now all of the state is clear from that severe thunderstorm watch. What we're not clear from, this pretty strong storm system that still's triggering tornado warnings as you get into parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, and points south. For us locally, heavy rain potential and still some gusty winds. Now, we had some wind gusts 40 to almost 50 miles per hour without the storm system earlier today. So we get underneath this heavy rain, we may get some higher wind gusts again, 40, 50 miles per hour still possible. Heavy pockets of rain right now moving just to the east of Frankfort, also to the south near Lebanon. As we move south and pick up downtown Indianapolis, heavy rain just south. It's approaching Danville and Monrovia now in Morgan County. And then as we push south, heavy rain just east of Bloomington, Nashville, that's headed your way. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on radar this evening. Heavy rain, some strong winds. Cold front swings in early tomorrow morning, and we say goodbye to the 70s. Find the coat again. 40s. That's it tomorrow. It was so, well, I think it's fun because I'm a bit of a weather nerd.
Yes, that's true.
For me, it was so fun to see the 24-hour temperature change map today. We had Columbus 40 degrees, at one point 40 degrees warmer than yesterday at the same time.
Wow.
And it's going to be the reverse tomorrow. So it'll be blue and, you know, minus 30, minus 35.
Okay. You've been prepping us, so I've been getting my mind ready. All week she's been getting us ready for this
up and
swing.
down.
So I've been getting my mind ready.
We're glad you're watching no matter what platform tonight, but those of you on Facebook joining us tonight, Reggie saying wind fierce in Greenwood.
Oh, thanks for the update.
Tanya's from Frankfort tonight. Renita saying high winds in Columbus.
Thank you.
And Mark saying high winds and power outages near Trafalgar.
Oh, wow.
So, and then Christopher says, love that dress. You look very nice, Felicia.
It does.
Me or her? Or both?
I'm going to go with you. When we saw you first on the news, Ann and I were both like, whoop, the dress is good.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Anastasia does love your dress, too. She says, hi, guys from Syracuse, New York. Felicia, I love your dress. And then David says the weather about to hit us like Will.
Oh, hey now.
So there we go.
Hey now.
Too soon.
But you have a lot of other people who are out here being weather nerds with you, assisting Angela
I like
tonight.
that. I like that. And the power outages, I'm glad they mentioned that because the ground really is saturated. It really doesn't take much with these strong winds to maybe knock down a power line or bring down a couple of lines, a tree into a power line. So power outage is a possibility.
Okay.
All right, we're going to get back to Angela in just a moment, but Felicia and I want to turn our attention to our big story that you're going to see tonight on 13 News at 11. Felicia, we had 20 stolen cars recovered in a sting operation that the police conducted, and so we've got friend of the show, Emily Longnecker, joining us from home tonight. So, Em, tell us a little bit about your story that we'll see at 11.
Well, so actually it was police responded to a call for shots fired on Euclid Avenue last night. All right. That was the original call. And when they got there, they had a warrant and found some guns, some illegal guns. But what they also found, in addition to those guns, were a whole lot of cars, 20 of them, cars that had been stolen. And they're still trying to go through and piece together who some of these cars belong to. And they were all in various states. You can see that one is pretty awful. That one is together, and also car parts, right? Some of these cars had been taken apart, and a truck as well. So they found all these stolen vehicles, and they're trying to figure out. They did arrest the 2 people that were involved with the shooting situation, and they're trying to figure out if they're connected somehow to these 20 stolen cars. Some of them, a lot of them were Dodge Chargers, and we talked to police, and they were talking about how these kind of cars with a lot of horsepower, 700, 800 horsepower, they're very popular and big targets. And so they were talking about kind of protecting your vehicle if you have kind of one of these fast cars. So while we were there on site, we actually ran into a gentleman, and you'll hear him tonight in our story. He didn't want his face on camera, but he got his car stolen last August, a fast car stolen, and he showed up to see if some of the parts from his car were in fact in that lot. So he was trying to figure that out. So certainly maybe some folks that found their cars stolen in this past year here in the city, they might have ended up in that lot. We'll see. And police are trying to figure
It's
that
pretty astounding to see, because car theft is up in many places around the country. And my question is always, where does this big object go? How does it just, disappear and nobody knows anything? So, I mean, to at least see the ending to this story and how it comes together, it's like, well, for these cars, at least we, have some kind of summation to what happened to them.
Right. So, but police are trying to connect, is this part of a bigger ring?
Exactly.
Who owns the cars? Who do these belong to? And then some of them aren't even cars anymore. They're parts and things taken apart. So who do those belong to? And so it's
because
like,
clearly there's a black market that's happening here. So, what's the rest of that story, and how can we right that wrong there? And this looks like a step in that direction.
potentially, the police are trying to figure out, if it does lead to something bigger like that, for sure.
Okay.
So we always like to talk to you about some of the other things in your life. We know a couple of, the last time we had you here on 10 o'clock, we talked to you about going to see, what was it, New Edition, the concert over in Cincinnati that Felicia was involved in?
We both went.
We were
And
both there.
our cell phones didn't work because it's so many people in one place, so we had to text after the concert.
So who's your
After.
next concert that you're going to go see there, Em?
Well, I mean, I just saw that Patti LaBelle and After 7 are coming this summer, so I'm so excited for that. I've been asked to go to the Maxwell concert next week, but I have to work, so I have to miss that one. Darn it! I've seen Maxwell before, but I love live music. I really do. I just got done. I went to see the Eagles last week.
Oh, you went and saw the Eagles? How were they?
Okay, so here's a fan here. Clearly, there's a fan here.
I've seen the Eagles twice. They're awesome.
I mean, it was a bucket list moment for sure. It had always been on the bucket list, and I didn't get to see them before Glenn Frey passed away.
Yeah.
But Don Henley's voice is, he's my favorite Eagle. And it was, I loved his solo career as well. And so his voice was as good as it has ever been.
Yeah.
The guitar playing, I mean, it was incredible. And the crowd, there was such energy, and they gave just an incredible performance. They had a local choir behind them at one point. They had a lot of strings, a lot of violins. It was just amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Live music, I mean, you can't get enough of it these days, especially.
And Felicia, you know who her favorite is?
Wait, Kenneth?
Babyface has
Kenneth?
Yes.
She's on a first name basis. She's on a first name basis.
I love his music. I think he's a musical genius, and I think that he's written a lot of music for a lot of people that we all came up with and grew up with, and a lot of people I think are starting to realize that, or realize it more maybe. But I've always been a Babyface fan. So when I came here 14 years ago and I was driving to the interview and I saw that I was on his highway, I remember saying, "It's a sign. It's a sign."
Oh, that's so sweet.
How it all lines up in our lives.
That's awesome.
Well,
we love chatting with you about your stories, and certainly love talking to you about live music and your favorite bands. We'll see you tonight at 11. Thanks, Em.
Okay. Bye, guys. See ya.
All right.
Peace.
Hey, speaking of music, everybody was buzzing about Beyonce at the Oscars last Sunday.
It was amazing. A lot happened last Sunday, but this was a particular moment that seemed to go off flawless.
Right. And it turns out that there was a Hoosier who was one of 4 backup singers there, and we found out about it today. Anne Marie Tiernan introducing us to Deanna from Indiana. She
I
got
love
the
it.
Oscar gig, but had to keep it silent. Deanna went to Pike High School, worked in banking here in Indy and Atlanta before moving out to LA. Started singing back up 3 years ago. She was singing at the Oscars. Deanna says she met Beyonce at a 3-day shoot in Compton about a week before the show. And she says the Queen Bee couldn't have been kinder.
She stayed there and relished in the moment with us. She talked to us, she congratulated us, thanked us, and took pictures with us. And I'm over here trying to keep it together because now the tears are in full flowing off of my face. But I'm over here cheesing with these tears, so full of gratitude that I was selected to be a part of such a major moment. The Oscars with Beyonce.
Oh,
Isn't that
Deanna, we share the same excitement, and this is actually Image. She has a new single that's coming out as well.
Called Healed, right?
Healed, yes. We share the same excitement, and a win for her. Well, we're jumping on the bandwagon. That's a win for all of us here in Indiana.
It is.
And you know what? Her week gets better because she was in the Oscars with Beyonce last week. She's going to be in the Grammys this weekend.
Talent.
She can't say who
Talent.
she's performing with, but look for her on the Grammys. Deanna from Indiana.
Yeah, and I loved the outfits. I was asking you when that aired earlier. I wonder if she got to keep the outfit because it's super cool and such a great
Yeah,
color.
that's nice.
Yeah, and especially in this day of pop culture, which I love and appreciate, it was also nice to see them be a little bit more demure, too. It was
good point.
refreshing. Yeah,
Good point.
cool.
All right, so if you've just shown up and you're like, hey, I don't want to know the weather. What's going on with the storms?
Storms, well, not much lightning, so
Yeah.
you're not really hearing
Okay.
the storms aside from maybe your house rattling a little bit because of the strong winds. Those winds will still be 40 to 50 miles per hour overnight with some pockets of heavy rain. That winds down, the severe threat moving out, but so does the warmth. We're back into the 40s. So put the umbrella away for tomorrow, dig out the heavy coat, and then please don't be surprised tomorrow night into early Friday. If we get under some steadier bursts of snow, you might wake up Friday morning to a little on the grass again.
Yeah.
In a few places. I know.
Come on.
I know. Anne Marie, if you follow her on social media, her daffodils look so sad.
Oh, I know they were.
They were like all bent over from
If I
how we
see
all
that,
feel.
in the snow.
I'm going right back inside. I'm going back to bed. Just sleep it off.
That's our just be here by 3 on Friday.
All right. Well,
Yeah, okay.
we've got lots of people weighing in with their various music groups that you like. West saying I really wanted to see Sting at the Palladium in Carmel.
Yeah. Those tickets sold out fast.
Oh, they did. I
like
know.
minutes.
And Renee Larson saying, love the dress, Felicia.
Thanks, Renee.
So there
She's
you
so
go.
sweet.
Yeah, so we got a lot of folks commenting on the weather and bands and dresses, and of course the news that we'll see you tonight on 13 News at 11. Thanks for joining us here at 10 o'clock. Good night.